traditional attire for Kadazan Dusun. This is for the male. There's a gong, a long sleeve shirt without embroidery, as you can see here. Commonly decorated with gold trimmings and gold buttons, but this is normally in the modern day. Back then it wasn't like that. Suva black trousers worn with wristband called tugu, and gold trimmings along the hip. Here. See guys, a head cover of hand woman and can be folded and twisted. That one. Next one. And there's two types of female attire. One is Sinom Pukong, three-quarter sleeve jacket with no embroidery, shown on the left side. Usually over the Sinum Wanga when leaving the house, like when you're visiting a friend or something. And nowadays, modern day, they also embroidered with golden and worn as a blouse for old women. Kihongon on the right is a long sleeve blouse worn by elderly women and for ritual specialists or priestess, or they call it bobohizan during ceremonies. The embroidery is similar to sinuanga. Thank you.
Okay, so kain dasar. Kain dasar is a beautiful hand-woven that created by old Sabah people, Sabahan. Although it is made by the Iranun weavers of Kota Belud, the dasar is used by other ethnic group as ceremonial headgear. So for Kadazan Dusun, this dasar is wear for the headgear or the male attire for sigar. The headgear often completes the weaver's traditional attire and is done as festive occasion and cultural ceremony. Next. Okay, this one sinuanga and tapi is one of the female attire, where usually the material is fabric silk or velvet for ceremonial occasion, and for the modernized sinuanga, they even use gold braiding. So sinuanga is known as the traditional garment for Kadazan Dusun women. They wear short skirts, which is sinuanga, wrap skirt, tapi, and batik scarf fitted with belt, himpogot or silver dollars coin, or even gold braiding and some gold jewelry.
Okay, I will explain about the wedding attire what Kadazan Dusun wear. So Kadazan Dusun wear the wedding attire as we call as the sinangu and tapi that usually they use, combined with the tangkongan as the silver coin here. Usually they will use for the ritual ceremony where it's called bobohizan, and we have address of the fetal peacock at Turkey, and also the plumage with the packets together and swap into the white blend cloth. Also they have the other type of the woman clothes they have to be used, which is sinanguan, sungakupan, konghongan, simis, and tapi. So we can see in the picture here how the girl wearing, and then for the men wearing, which is gaungan, sova, kaking, siga, and topi, as we can. And then for the accessories, from here we can see how the men using the accessories, which is hipongan, tangkongan is the silver coin as I explained before, titimbak, tikongkongas, gohong, hamai, simbang, and then pound, sibo, and husok. So how they doing the wedding ritual? The wedding ritual they usually is like how they come ring sit, and then they going for the engagement as how people doing it, and then coming to the bride house and how to propose the girl, and then come to the groom and explain. Okay, the next. Okay, this is tangkongan for the wedding attire or accessories. So as you can see, this is the girl how wearing the tangkongan, the silver coin here, and this is the tangkongan, which is the silver coin. So tangkongan is like a belt how the female use as the traditional costume that can use for the traditional like ceremony or something or wedding. So for the tangkongan, usually how they use is like wherever you use, and they always giving up to their next generation. So the price of the tangkongan can be very expensive. So usually the tangkongan now is about 150 for each. So but if you like 7 years or something for their next generation, maybe it can earn about 8,000 ringgit for this tangkongan.
Firstly, I'm going to talk about the animist belief, as Kadazan ancients believe that is animistic in nature. They start to practice this belief system. For them, every object has spirits, such as tree has a garden spirit as well. For them, they believe superstitious, and during their festival celebration, they will always have some ritual ceremony for the spirits, such as harvest festival. And during this kind of celebration, they are still allowed the people that is not under animistic belief system to attend. And then from the picture, we can see that this is the Mount Kota Kinabalu, a place where the Kadazan people believe that the spirit of the ancestors will stay after they pass away. And normally, as to show the respect to their ancestors, they will have a ritual ceremony at the Mount Kota Kinabalu as well once a year.
Alright, so aside from animism, the religion of Kadazan also majority are Christians, mainly Roman Catholics and some Protestants. However, Islam is also practiced by a growing minority. Next. Okay, I'm going to explain a bit about Christian in Kadazan Dusun. First, the history. The white ministry priests introduced Christianity to the ancestor of Kadazan in the 19th century. And since then, thousands of Kadazan Dusun convert to Christian. The majority of Christian Kadazan are Catholics, followed by Anglicans and other Christian denominations. And then a high concentration of Christian occurred in Sabah and Sarawak in East Malaysia. Next, I'm gonna talk about a bit of Islamic belief in Kadazan Dusun. The Kadazan Dusun ancestors have been exposed to the Islamic religion since the river valleys on the west coast of North Borneo were under the control of Brunei's Paningirans. And then it was during the period beginning from the 1960s that many Kadazan embraced Islam as their religion. But many of them were forced to convert to Muslim due to their marital duty, because they married to Muslim men or Muslim women, so that's why they convert to Muslim.
Alright, so just now my friend already discussed about the religions. Now I will further more about the animism. Basically, animism was the predominantly religions in the Kadazan Dusun before the missionaries came in to bring the Christianity. And then animism is the religious belief that objects, places, and creatures all possess a distinct spiritual essence. Next. And then the animism. In practice, this religion was monotheism, which means like it's a two-way communications between the unseen spiritual world and the seen material world, and facilitated by the service of a category of Kadazan Dusun people called the Boboizans. Boboizan is a high priestess, the specialist, and the spirit medium in Kadazan Dusun. So these pictures will show you the Boboizan people in Kadazan Dusun. They are the high priestess and the high ritual specialists. Next. Alright. Their belief system centers around the spirit of entity called Bambarayon. So Bambarayon is revolved around the belief that the spirits rule over the planting and harvesting of rice. So this one, as you can see, is a spirit rule over the planting and the harvesting of rice.